ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about Frieren. With this episode, we finally have the next arc starting with the First Class Mage exam here. But before we get into that, sorry if I sound a bit weird. I'm actually pretty sick here. I'm talking through my nose. I've been coming down with a nasty cold for a few days now, so that's why I'm looking so bad right now and barely able to talk. But hey, I still wanted to have a video for you guys, and Frieren has been so fun with this episode here. The long-awaited exam has finally started. We have a bunch of new characters here, quite interesting, and also the dynamics between the characters are so fun. So let's get into the episode and talk about it now. What I really liked at the start of the episode with how Frieren thinks just the certification is useless because the organizations keep changing. She said that a few episodes ago, but here she didn't have a lot of interest into taking the exam until they're gonna lose money for snacks. Fern also thinking, what happens if she fails? Frieren wanted only Fern to take it there. And also I'm really curious, before we get into the exam things, what exactly is happening in the Northern Plateau that everybody's asking you need a First Class Mage to get passage through there. Now, we know the Demon King is dead. Is the army left over that huge of a threat? Is there a new threat that's happening there with them asking for everybody that wants to cross to have a powerful mage with them? But we're probably gonna find out that later. Now, the exam is apparently also going to have a combat test. What I liked was, yeah, you're like an old mage even when you suppress your mana, and Frieren got a bit pouty because of that. Don't call me an old mage, and she remembered when Star called her an old hag. She's so cute, Frieren here, and when she wanted to fall asleep in Fern's lap and she couldn't see the sky because two huge mountains, as in Fern's boobs, were blocking her view. When the interactions between the characters are so cute, wholesome, and fun at the same time. But what was interesting here, and I really appreciate those small nuggets about the power system, we've gotten them in a lot of episodes, but here, what does it mean to be a mage? And Frieren put it really well. A mage's power is not only how their mana is, how big their mana is, their capacity for mana. It matters technique, experience, how you use it, their tactics, everything, how hard you try. So somebody strong in capacity can lose against somebody weaker than them. So it's not just about power levels. I really like that quite a lot. And even Frieren admitting that in her long life she lost 11 times to mages weaker in mana than her. 4 were demons and 1 was an elf, and 6 the rest were humans, which I'm really curious who were they, how exactly she lost. Maybe we're gonna see some flashbacks with them. We know one of the demons was the guy that invented Zoltrak, but I'm curious also about the elf. Was it somebody from her village? Who else was it? We know Flame was probably one of the humans there. Maybe we're gonna get to meet some of the other demons also. I'm very excited to get more flashbacks of the journey and Frieren's life. But I like this, that is not just about your mana capacity, because we know how Frieren approaches things. She even admitted back in a few episodes ago that Fern has weaker mana capacity than her, but she casts spell faster than Frieren. Maybe because of how they perceive time, and the individuality, the personality of the caster also matters quite a lot. So it's not just, hey, insert your scouter bigger power levels, so to say, here. But also slowly we start to meet new characters. We have this new mage, Ubel. Seems like she's gonna be a troublemaker, which I like her already. Very arrogant, playful personality there, and she's gonna... I'm curious how the interaction is gonna be between her, because we see her, some bandits were trying to rob her, but yeah, that's not gonna work out well for you. But the interesting thing that happens is we have Kraft showing up, and at first I thought he was helping her, like, hey, you're not gonna be here alone. But what in fact he was doing, he was saving the lives of the bandits, because even you calling her, you have the eyes of a killer, so kind of likes to kill bandits. I really like the interactions between them there, and I hope we also get to see more Kraft. He's one of the most interesting characters we have in Frieren. He have so many questions surrounding him, and also the monk, he was there with Gorilla and everything. So many questions with Kraft. Hopefully we get more time with him. But Ubel seems to be like an interesting character, and I like characters that aren't afraid to kill bad guys. I don't care, you're a bandit, hey, you're trying to rob people, go for it. But she seems like she's enjoying it a bit too much, and we're gonna get to her a bit later also. Now they finally get to Oberst, the town. They have 2 months until the exam. Apparently there's only one exam every 3 years. You need to be at least 5th class to enroll. And here's the cute moment when Frieren didn't want to do it. Fern was pulling her with the snack money until she found out about that. And here we have somebody recognizing Frieren's old holy emblem, the insignia there, and she's gonna have a way to participate in the exam. And we'll see a bit of a flashback with also the same reasons. Himmel didn't recognize the emblem, but I like his answer instantly. Even if we don't know that whole thing, we already know you. We know that you are an amazing, awesome mage. You know the person. You don't need some insignia, something. You have her in front of you. And kind of the same thing that Fern and Stark told her, but the difference was Frieren's reactions to those 2 same compliments by somebody. Now, when Himmel told her that, it doesn't matter, you're just going to die. And I like how he didn't get offended at that, because that's just how Frieren is, her perception of time and relationship. This is the teaching moment for her, getting a second chance. This is why I'm really having so much fun with the anime. Now, in this case, when Fern and Stark told her, she had a different answer here, praising them, feeling happy, feeling appreciated, and I really liked that quite a lot. Now, we get a bit here on info. The exams apparently are gonna be pretty hard, and also it seems there are less and less mages as time goes by, and kind of thinking when there are hard times you get more fighters in a way, more mages in a way, but now that it's at least more peaceful, there aren't as many fighters, mages, and so on, since the Demon King has been defeated. You rarely see mages there. But also get a bit of a training montage for them, Frieren and Fern training. Always cute to see that, and I'm very excited about the exam. We get a bit here in this episode with it. Also get to meet some more characters that are probably gonna play a role in the future here. Virbel, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name, a 2nd class mage. Denken, also the guy that was commenting and looking at them, even when he saw Friren's mana aura, even though she was suppressing it, he knew she was having the mana of an old mage there. But the exam, or the first phase for it, we have Ubel. Also apparently in the past she was disqualified 2 years ago because she killed an examiner. Now hopefully we're gonna find out why exactly she killed him, what happened there, because Ubel, I like characters like it, but I hope she's not gonna turn out to be just evil for the sake of being evil in a way, so to say. I hope there's a reason for her being the way she is. But the first phase starts. Apparently it's gonna be a team battle, and you get random teammates, which I like the point that Frieren made. It's gonna be harder to coordinate with random people, and it's a very interesting way of doing it, because you never know, on a random battlefield you're not gonna be able to choose your teammates or whoever you're gonna be fighting with. Now Fern is gonna be with Ubel, which I'm really interesting how the dynamic is gonna be between how Fern is very passive, very kind, and such a good person, and Ubel seems to be kind of like the opposite of Fern and the dude that is gonna be with them. It's gonna be 3 people for a team, so I'm really curious about that team. And Frieren is gonna have to act like the parent again because her teammates are 2 childhood friends and they're already fighting and bickering, and the face she made there, priceless, looking over them. Now the first phase starts, and they're gonna have to capture this bird, which I thought, hey, it's just gonna be a normal bird, right? No. They can't leave the barrier, the field of the exam there, even though it's a really strong barrier. We get introduced to the 2 teammates of Frieren, Levine and Kane. Levine seems to be a bit more straightforward, so to say. Kane a bit more laid back and not as open or as courageous as others, but I really like how they are, especially Kane later on into the episode. And Frieren kept warning them, be wary of the sky, and Lavine recognized how powerful Frieren is, or at least to some extent. She knows she's really powerful, but I don't think anybody actually knows how much mana capacity Frieren has. Hopefully we're gonna get to have another moment like we had with Aura when Frieren lets everything out. And I always like shocked, surprised faces in anime when somebody, hey, this character did something that's thought to be impossible, and hey, this character is so powerful. But we're gonna see later on. Now, them trying to catch this bird, they find one of it, and Khan and Lavin actually go for it. They coordinate really well. Even Frieren commented on that. They catch the bird, but I was not expecting that bird to be like a rocket launcher. It launched itself, apparently it can fly at the speed of sound. So that's that's not a bird, that's Superman. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a bird with Superman's powers there. But here we have a bit more character moment around Khan and Levine. After that, they have to pay more attention to the bird, follow it, find the right moment, the right way to capture it. And during one night, Kane gets attacked by this monster bird. Thankfully, Frieren saves her, but she was screaming for Levine, even though they were always fighting. They care about each other, but they're always bickering, more like their personalities are clashing there. Kane thinks to herself that she's a bit of a coward, and Lavine thinks the same, but she also appreciates her quite a lot. When Kane wanting compliments for Lavine, she gives them, even though she was struggling a bit out of embarrassment to get the words out. She gives them quite a lot there. And when she says, "You're cute when you laugh," that moment was priceless, and pushes her off a cliff to be able to fly there. I really like that moment a lot there. And it seems they're kind of like sisters in a way, always bickering but caring for each other a lot there. Now, Kane also noticed something right before she was attacked by the monster. I think it's related to the barrier and the rain. I think the rain wasn't hitting them, even though it's raining. Very few actual droplets, or maybe making it inside. And she tells Frieren, and maybe this could be used to capture that Superman bird. But I don't know what exactly it is. We're gonna find out next episode. But I'm having fun. It seems like the exam is gonna be very interesting. Have a lot of new characters here, and it's gonna be weird not having the main party together, with them being a bit separated. Maybe we're even gonna have team battles where you have Frieren versus Fern, and I'm curious what they're gonna do, what Stark is gonna do meanwhile also, since we have Fern and Frieren with the magic exam. But overall, it's looking like it's gonna be a very good arc. And as always, thank you very much for watching, checking out the video. And I'm sorry again, I'm very sick. If I'm rambling way too much maybe, or sounding weird, then make sure you like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot. You guys get the latest videos on the site that I follow. Keep enjoying Free, and make sure to check out the podcast, because anime, we're back with the podcast. And as always, keep enjoying anime. I already said that again, sick, but anyway, I'm gonna see you on the next one. Bye bye.